7:36 in Trinidad and Tobago. Let's move into our final interview segment for this Thursday. Giving you a reminder as well that Sporting Edition is on tomorrow as scheduled from just about 6 o'clock, God willing, in the midst of the public holidays, Spiritual Charter Baptist Liberation Day. But let's talk about altruism. And for those who are wondering what altruism is, some will say there's no such thing really as altruism. Doing something just for the sake of doing something good with no intention of getting any personal benefit. Because some would say just the idea of feeling good about it is personal benefit. So there's really no altruism in that sense. But let's refer to them as two young altruists who are promoting reading and literacy at the St. Mary's Children's Home. Close to me is Shadi Lazar, and further from me is Leonardo Torres. I don't know if his father was a football fan, maybe the Brazilian Leonardo or so it can't be Fernando Torres, because Fernando Torres just started playing for Liverpool, then he'll be a child. But they are both students from UE Mona in Jamaica, working on BSc in Media and Communications, BA in Media. I think I've got it correct. Good morning to you both. Good to have you on the program.
Good to be here.
Tell us, whichever one of you would like to take up this question first. Tell us about this program of promoting reading and literacy at the St. Mary's Children's Home. Why did you choose this as a project? How is it going? Give us some of the basic information.
Okay, well, this project that we have chosen is part of our course for Communication Analysis and Planning, and we started actually last year, September, and we had to get like sponsorship in place, so we sponsored all the books through the help of bookstores, also corporate Trinidad and Tobago. And basically what we had to do for this course is to get a social contribution, like to give back to the community, and we chose St. Mary's Children's Home in Tagorigo because we saw a social need there and we decided to help them.
So Leonardo Torres, so the project is still ongoing?
Yes, it is.
And how long is this going to continue for?
Well, actually, we plan to have a sort of a part where we would be continuing at the end of our course itself, because we're actually due to graduate in May. And after we return back to Trinidad, we plan to continue with the children, because separate and apart from having the library there at the home, we also are having reading sessions with the children, which will start on Saturday as well and will continue until the end of the project.
And the project concludes when?
It concludes, we're looking at after May to June or so.
And what has come out of this experience for you, for both of you, being involved in this exercise? What have you been surprised? Have you been depressed? Have you woken up to certain realizations? Did it more or less coincide with your own expectations? Give us some context to it all.
Yeah, to me it really opened your eyes to see some of the social issues that is facing Trinidad and Tobago and how you could help as an individual, because at the end of the day I didn't think we could have made such an impact, like get the sponsors on board, and it's just really opened my eyes to see that you could go out there and get help and solve problems that we are facing.
And the thing is that separate and apart from doing this project, which was really to tackle social ill in society, we really wanted to not only just tackle that issue or an issue on a whole, but also to sort of bring about society's consciousness about problems in society and the fact that one person can do it, and of course the more people, the higher the likelihood of change happening. So
let me put it in perspective. This is part of your coursework.
Yes.
So you will be getting credit for this exercise. So I think we could throw the altruism thing out the window, right? This is to get credit for the university. So the altruism thing. So this is to get credit. The university, so they can graduate and so on. But having said that, it is still obviously a very, very worthwhile venture. But how do you respond to those who will say that, okay, essentially this is part of your course, when it's all over and you graduate and you have the fancy motorboard on your head and your movie castle and so on, and you will just simply forget about the children at the St. Mary's Children's Home because this was just another project towards a particular goal?
Well, the thing is, we're very different with this approach for this project, because a lot of companies, particularly, we won't even look at students at this time, but companies, and in terms of what they do for society, some of them don't go past the pilot project. right? And they would visit homes and stuff only at Christmas time, and that's it, you never see them again. And the thing is, what we have done so far with this home, we have developed a connection with the administration of the home, and by extension the children, and everything that we have been doing up to this date is all to the betterment of the children at the home, and it continues. That is our drive basically with this project, and that's what keeps us going. And the fact that, you know, we could wake up in the morning and know that there are children at the home looking forward to seeing us. And the thing is, when we start the reading session, because we have actually gotten some information from another person, very well-known person here in Trinidad, who has his own sessions with the children, and the children enjoy it a lot.
So Shirley, from that perspective, are you confident that this project will continue beyond the completion of the formal aspect of it?
Yes, most definitely, because we are looking at ways in which we could help them out. Like, we have also spoken to the coordinator at the home of different issues that is happening right now at the home that we could assist in. And actually part of the project is to sustain the overall project. So we will be looking at ways in which we can help them.
And if you look at it as well, apart from just sustainability of a project like this, we need to also remember that something like books is something that remains there for almost a lifetime. And once you have proper care.
Yeah.
I have books from the first, what is it, first primer, whatever.
First primer?
Yeah. I read book with some great...
Nelson West Indian reader?
Yes.
Yeah. You are a little boy using it. I thought I'd gone past that. But,
yeah, but I mean, really and truly, something like reading, especially at an age like this, and we have spoken to some of our sponsors, particularly Nigel Arkan, who have been very generous with their donation. You know, they commended us for targeting these children. Well, not just these children, but this age, because getting them inspired about reading at this age is so crucial. Because a child at the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, that's the time where he or she is, you know, coming to know who they are, would form a passion for career. And I mean, I'm sure, we have a lot of good writers here in the West Indies. Yeah. And by starting a project like this, we could see sustainability in that aspect as well in the Caribbean.
Coming up towards 7:45, let me do what the young people do while you're talking to them. They spend the time doing this and talking. So the whole idea of reading and writing and so on is an important point, because to me, nothing drives me crazier than you're talking to somebody and they're busy doing so.
Yes, it's true.
It's true.
Sort of thing. But I just did that just to give you I have no idea how to do that properly.
Can multitask that.
Exactly. 7:45 in Trinidad and Tobago. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up towards 7:45, we're going to continue our discussion with Shadi Lazar and Leonardo Torres, who, far from being altruistic about this exercise, are working on their university degrees at Mona in Jamaica, but clearly working for a very good cause as well. We'll be back right after this. 7:48 in Trinidad and Tobago. So far from being joined by two ultras, we have two degree hunters here with us, in Shadi Lazar and Leonardo Torres, working on their degrees at UWI Mona in Jamaica, but promoting reading and literacy at the St. Mary's Children's Home. The reading aspect of it, Leonardo, begins with the launch on Saturday.
That's right.
But you've been bonding with the children as you've described it. How has that gone? Because children in such disadvantaged situations, you know, there will be different reactions to different stimuli. How has the bonding gone?
Well, I mean, it has been really good so far. I think that it has even led me to realize the fact that we need a lot more from society with this stuff, where people need to volunteer their time with these children. Because really and truly, a few teachers to about 25 children, you know, there really isn't much one-on-one time there. It has been really good, and the children have been really welcoming, and again, it has motivated us to really pursue this and really go for goal here with this project.
Well, you're in the right country to go for gold, because in Jamaica, they probably going to clean up again in London 2012 in the sprints. But well, you should back Trinidad that you might win something. We won't agree. But Shadi, of course, as you mentioned earlier, one of the sponsors, but clearly this project would not be in existence to the extent that is in existence without sponsorship support, and you have received quite a bit of assistance there.
Yes, we have received sponsorship from Fence of Marabella, Charon's Bookstore, Ishmael and Khan, Nigel Khan, the marketing department at Trinidad, and Trinidad Express. So we just want to say huge thanks. Yeah.
All right. Well, so we participated in
Of course, exactly.
Right. So
it's a presentation that you all provided. We actually used it yesterday and got a good amount of bags of books.
Yeah.
So it was really appreciated.
So it is really altruistic. We're big enough ourselves. But quickly, in the few seconds that we have left, there's often a feeling that just as at Christmas time when everybody go to the children's homes and whatever, or as in this case with the reading project, that these children will actually feel worse when you all have packed up and gone home to your various other lives, and that at the end of it all, it's just not abuse might be a strong word, but it's just using children in a vulnerable situation to serve your own needs. How do you respond to that?
Well, I mean, our approach is again is very different. I mean, personally, and well, I know for Shadi as well, is that we take humanitarian work very seriously. Because I mean, Trinidad and Tobago has a lot of potential, and we have a lot of able-bodied people here who can assist and really make this place a better place. And so much so that, separate and apart from this project by itself, we have actually started the process to be an official volunteer with the home. But due to the fact that, of course, you know, we go to school in Jamaica, that we in and out of the country many times, but we have started that process, and when we return home once and for all in May, we would definitely be an active member at this home.
Well, clearly you intend to follow up on this entire project.
And more projects as well to follow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shadi Lazar and Leonardo Torres, good to get your perspective. Good to know that you're working towards a worthy cause and earning your degrees as well.
Yes.
And we wish you all success in that regard also, and come back, God willing, to continue with that good work. We have the news coming up, and then I'll be back to wrap up the program this Thursday morning edition. We'll be back after the news.